see just how many times this motherfucker fly bastard like there you go. Yes. I will be calling the Federal Aviation Administration. Washington State Capitol and the U.S. Senate. In that order. With tons of proof to back it up and tons of literature that couples the proof. It goes hand in hand with what I'm saying. Like, you read this shit, you watch these videos, and you're gonna think that I gave these motherfuckers a script to act because of how well the storyline goes along with the videos. Even videos that I haven't filmed, I can show you those people in different countries, people in different states going through the exact same thing. Organized things, talking, people riding past honking all day, fire trucks riding past with their engines roaring, the lights going constantly. A lot of these cars even sound like they got speakers hooked up in them that make sounds, or these planes have some type of speaker locked up in them that makes these sounds so they can get down to your vibrations. The bird outside right now, like this motherfucker been outside all night pretty much. And no matter what part of the house you're going, the same sound, front or back. It doesn't even sound like no bird. It sounds like a freaking like when motherfucking radar things. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a radar thing. It sounds like something electronically controlled. Doesn't even have it has an in and out sound. It doesn't even sound like a real bird. Like, it's too crisp. It's too, even birds switch up their sound. They don't even make the same sound all the time. They switch it up and do other little, like, this is all you'll hear. With a little tweet afterwards. And how is it tweeting and beating at the same time? You hear that? It'll go, and then have like a little, you hear that shit? Come on, man. Anybody that can hear that can tell. But I'm not here to do any of that. This is about my personal mental, my well-being, the well-being of my children, and how I'm going to survive. These people know that what they're doing is against the law. Somehow they have convinced people that, they're not going to be prosecuted for these things when it clearly tells you, if you look into it, that you will be prosecuted for this. As a matter of fact, they got about 30,000 court cases waiting, already filed, just waiting to subpoena these motherfuckers to go to court. 30,000 gang stalkers are about to be taken to court. They already got the paperwork out the way, everything. This is unprecedented. Like, this is a very large number. You know what I mean? And they're not telling everybody else, because what happens in other states, they don't want to broadcast that shit in fear that the government is going to have some backlash, which they will. You have 30,000 people across a number of different states that are about to be prosecuted for gang stalking, and the government's not about to come to their aid. They're lying to these people. They're going around spreading all types of false rumors. They're going around doing the smear campaign, point people out as being pedophiles, point people out as being criminals, all types of things, and smearing your name in the ground, that's against the law. Defamation of character, that's against the law. To the point to where if you even do any type of research or act like you want to bite back, they'll try to increase the shit, just to apply more pressure and make you think that there's no way of any type of justice being done for you because everybody's involved in it. That's a lie. You might have to take the law into your own hands, go study the law, become knowledgeable in the law, study your amendments, study your rights, find out what they can and can't do to American citizens. If you're being gang stalked, you're probably on the watch list for being a terrorist, which means that you need to get a hold of the Department of Justice to see if you're on that list. That explains a lot. If you're on that list, that explains a lot because, these days you gotta be careful how you say things or whatever because a lot of shit, if it don't get you locked up, it'll get you on the watch list as a suspected terrorist just for speaking freedom of speech, just for using your mouth. And they have a way of stopping people who are destined to be leaders, possibly be leaders. They know if these people could start a revolution. They don't want that. They're not going to shut up nobody who is talking nonsense. They don't need to shut you up. You could be spreading disinformation, and they'll go right along with it and help you spread that. But when you're talking the truth, listen, they're coming for you. So you know if you're speaking the truth because your surroundings will speak for you. The actions that these people will take will speak for you. Trying to shut you down. Trying to get you to check yourself into a mental institute. Turn your children against you. Or maybe suicide. This is what you call a murder without being touched. This is how they can murder somebody without laying hands on them. They have that individual take their self out, or they use these electric weapons that cook you from the inside out. Over time, your health debilitates, your memory goes. You as a person are not the same anymore. The same person that people used to know, you're a shell. You're not even the same on the inside. This has a way of wearing you down because they do it 24/7, 7 days a week. They don't stop. It's a constant thing. And I would suggest, while you still have a piece of a mental, start recording. Start getting your file up. Put that file and copy it. PDF, MP3, MP4. Put it on all different formats. AVI. You want to put it on as many different formats as you can and spread that shit around into different mailboxes and different types of shit, because you'll notice that a lot of your shit will come up missing, broke, so you're unable to get inside your files. You want to make this file your main file. Have a paper file and make copies of that. Have chip files, make copies of those. You need to have this information and it's all in your file. If possible, you need to get together with other individuals that you know for sure are being targeted, not in your state, but in other states. So you guys can come together with a body of information and show the public that nobody's tripping here. I don't even know these motherfuckers. They're in a whole nother state, but voila, they're going through the same thing that I'm going through, and you have proof of it. It's not just hearsay. You can actually take and put the videos next to each other and show people and compare them and show people the similarities to the things that you guys are going through, even though you don't know these individuals. You don't know them from a hole in the wall, but you're going through the same thing, and the video speaks for itself. Cameras don't lie. This is what you got to do in order to ensure that you are able to do the things that you need to do, because if you know like me, I didn't have my life, as many attempts been made on my life, and clearly I'm here for a reason. It's not for this type of shit. They did the same thing to the Black Panthers. They're doing the same thing to people who speak out as far as race is concerned, and how people are being wronged, how individuals are being put on a terrorist list and have never did a crime in their life just for exercising their freedom of speech and things of that nature. That's no reason to be subjected to cruel and unusual treatment by the government, harassment, which eventually will, cause you to come to, cause your demise. Check yourself into a place and be rendered schizophrenic, manic depressant, have you drugged up on a bunch of drugs all day, get your rights took away altogether, and you'll never be the same again after that. This is how they get individuals. And they're so stupid. They're just gonna, if you let them, if you need to play dumb, they're gonna bury themselves. Make sure you keep your camera handy, because you'll see when you don't got one, they really go hard. This is the one thing that's gonna save you in this position. Keep your camera ready and keep your sound done. Download you an HD camera. Get your house, get surveillance all through your house. Wherever you're living at, it's safe to say hopefully it's your place. Try to get into your own place. I know it's going to be hard, but put surveillance everywhere. You're going to need hidden cameras all over the place, in places where people would never thought they would be, because they're going to come to your place when you're not there. And 9 times out of 10, they have little gadgets that can detect hidden cameras and things of that nature. Forget all that. They'll keep on doing it, and eventually they'll slip up and they're going to get caught. It's going to happen. I was sitting up here the other day. Well, usually damn near every day. Whenever you start to notice, whenever you start, letting, your stress starts to go down and you start to relax, they'll send a loud card through that just is out of place. And I don't know how many times a day people will roll past honking as soon as they get right up to here. Now, the crazy thing about it is that you can't hear these cars coming. You can't hear them until they get up to the top of the hill, and then it sounds like the engine gets turned up, like there's a volume knob on the engine, and it comes from out of nowhere, so it kind of takes your breath away. Anybody who knows about being gang stalked knows exactly what I'm talking about, and knows this is not a lie. This is not a game, and these are real situations. My name is Michael David Callender, and I am definitely a targeted individual, but we're going to call them empowered individuals, because they don't go after nothing, motherfuckers. They go after people who use their brain. I'm out.